pacing back and forth. Oh, I don't understand why you're standing right here. All your shots have scored. No, scratching at the scars you left on my skin. We fight and we fall and we rise through it all till we find what we want, then we lose it all again. Your touch on my skin, pull me close, take me in. Just me, just you, lost in the moment.
Hi, my gems, my loves, my friends. I hope everyone is doing really, really well. If you're new here, I'm real glad you clicked on this video. I do hope that I can get the opportunity to get to know you. I love doing makeup tutorials, showing you guys different reviews, what products what, and doing exciting things like that, helping with problem skin. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do an easy eye look. So if you're a makeup newbie, then keep on watching. I might be able to get through this without doing a voiceover, but we'll see. So eyeshadow for beginners, I'm going to put on the screen the brushes that you need. You can grab a palette, any palette that you want. I'm kind of wanting to revisit the Vault collection here, and these are the two that I have out right now. I think Dark Magic, and I forget the name of the other one, but I'm going to go in with this color here, and I'm going to use the Luxie Small Tapered Blending 231, and I'm just going to dip it in, tap it off, and go right in my crease. Now if you notice, when I put on my primer, I put it on with a concealer brush, and then I went over and I pressed it down with a sponge because it helps make my eyelids look bigger. That's the one thing when you have mature eyelids, you can play around a little bit and the skin will kind of it'll go where you want it to, believe it or not. Okay, so let me build up this color here. Nice and easy. You do not want to start off with too much pigment. In the crease and right below the brow bone is where we're starting. And I'm not really sure what I want to do. I'm going to go into with the same brush and put that in my crease. Focus on making your crease nice and dark. Don't bring it out all the way, the eyeshadow. Not yet. Just get right in that crease. Start building. Alright. And then you're going to build off of and work from that. Okay, so what kind of color do we want out here? How far should it go? About there is where it should go. There's another darker color in here called Mojo. And then there is a greenish called Inside Job. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my small round brush. It's an Eco Tools brush. And I'm going to go into Inside Job, which is this matte green. I'm going to tap it and I'm going to put it right here. Working the way in the crease, flicking it up over here, go back and forth, get a nice coat of pigment. Don't let there be any separation, which means you can see your skin through the pigment. Okay, you're going to want to stop right there. Go in with, this is a Referral brush. It's a blending brush. It doesn't have a name or a number, Really what you're going to do, don't add any color, just blend these two. You can use back and forth motions, you can use circular motions, but blend those two colors. You feel like you need to add more pigment, you totally can. Just add it slowly. Go back in with that brush I used for the green, dip back into my green, and I kind of feel like I need more pigment right here. So that's where I'm going to put it. I'm going to map out where I want the eyeshadow to end over here. You can bring this all the way in if you want to, or you can just leave that area light. Go back with that Referral brush. Do the same thing. You're flicking your shadow towards your eye, not away from it. Toward here, toward there. Make sure it's blended nicely. Just like that. And then what you're going to do is take the brush. You can use the one that I just had, or you can use the one that had the transition shade. I'm going to use the one that had the transition shade, and I'm going to go over this. I didn't add any more pigment. I just want to make sure that my eyeshadow is nice and blended before I add the next color. I love to blend, so these lights, it's a little hard to see if I've gotten it all. Okay, but I have. So now we've got the inner corner. I want to grab this flat brush. This is also an Equal Tools brush. We want to go in with a shimmer. And I am thinking, I don't know why. Do I want to go into the other palette? Yeah, let's go into the other palette and go in with Bling Bling right here. I'm going to use some setting spray to avoid fallout.
Okay, I think it's time I go back to voiceover. So I'm putting setting spray on my brush and I'm going to dip it into Bling Bling. And we are going to put that on the inner part of the eye. You really, really want to lighten up the inner corners, and the outer corners you want to make a little bit darker. That is what's going to make your eye look much bigger. Now, if you have bigger eyes, you obviously would do your shadow a little bit differently. It's been a while since I've used these palettes, so it's nice to pull things out. And I'm liking it, as you can see. Okay, so pulling out the mini round brush, the, what is it called? Real Techniques, I believe? Or no, Eco Tools, that's what that one is. We're going to go into Treachery, and we are going to put that on the outer portion of the lid and a little bit in the crease to darken things up. Make sure you blend it in using the motions that I'm showing you here. You really want to take time to do your blending, and you really want to make sure that your crease is dark. It does help make the lids look bigger if you have, my eye shape. and my eyes can look very hooded from time to time. Of course, I probably dropped something. That was why I smiled. Okay, going back in with Bling Bling. All right, lightening up that inner corner some more. Looks like I have a thought. Okay, going in with, I forget what type of brush that is. It's definitely a standard blending brush, but sometimes the color will bunch up, so you need to go over it with a blending brush. That's what I'm doing here. I want to make sure everything is nice and smooth before I go ahead and pop some color on that middle of the lid. Okay. Going back in with, no, this is a new brush. It's like a packing brush. It's a flat brush. It's by EcoTools. This next color is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to put it in the middle of my lid. Yes, I'll put the color that I'm dipping into setting spray. On the screen. I want to minimize fallout, and I want to get the color as bright as I can. Now remember, you may have to go over it with a blending brush if it starts to bunch up. I like to build my colors. Yes, I'm loving it. I'm gonna put on some liner. The Kylie Jenner liner I'm gonna use on my lower waterline. It's in black. It's really creamy. I've been enjoying her liners. And then I go in with my Tartiest liquid for the top. Right at the lash line, I put a nice thin line. You can bring it all the way in like I do, or you could stop right at the lashes where they end. It's completely up to you. Make sure that everything is good, it flows nicely together. Going back in with my blending brush, I did not add any pigment. I'm just making sure everything is blended very well. And I always use the technique where I start from the outer lid but flick the color in towards the eye. That seems to work best for me and for my clients. Okay, going back in with that EcoTools mini round brush with some setting spray on it. We're gonna go in with, what color did I choose? Oh, we're putting the green, the inside job on the lower lash line. Remember to take your time and blend so you get that smoky eye effect. All right, I'm catching up with the other eye. We're going to go in with that packing brush, the EcoTools, and that pretty purplish kind of color. I'll put it on the screen. Okay, so would you guys like to see the different brushes that I use when doing an eye look, or would you like a video on something that has to do with brushes, cleaning them, showing you what brush is for what? Let me know that down in the comments below. As you can see, I'm just catching up with that other eye, what I have done on the other one. We're making it, oh, here we go with the blinged bling. in the inner corner. Okay, grab your blending brush, don't add any pigment, and go over everything. And start from the inner corner where it's light and work your way over. We want to smooth everything out. Using setting spray can sometimes make the shadows bunch up, and we want to make sure that they're not bunched up or creased on the eye. Okay, I like to call this part fine detailing. Basically, you are going over what you've done and making sure you're putting the finishing touches on your eye look. I'm doing everything on this eye the same as what I did on the first one, and I'm using the same brushes. I went in with the mini round into inside job and made sure that the green there in the crease is dark, and I'm going to use setting spray and go and put that color on my lower lash line as well. And I had also went over with the first brush I used for the transition shade on the top, so we didn't lose that. I just want to make sure that the color flows very nicely, the outer edge to the under eye. Then we're going to blend it out. It'll create a light smoky effect, which I love. And then we just want to make sure that there's no other detailing that needs to be done. There's no separation in pigment. The eyes are symmetrical, they look the same. You always want to go back in when you are done and check these things out. Okay, I was holding up the Jaclyn Hill times Morphe. It's the brow bone highlight brush. And I'm going in and putting bling bling up there on the brow bone. And then I'm going to do that on the inner corner as well. Be careful how you angle your brush. This brush is super easy for the brow bone. If you're going to use it for the inner corner, you just have to watch out where you put it and how you angle the brush. Jaclyn Hill also has an inner corner highlight brush that I absolutely love, but it's dirty right now, so now I'm going in with the About Face. I wanted to really, really lighten things up. This came in Glam Bag X, and I really wanted the inner corner to shine. So I put a liquid highlight there. I am going to blend it up, and then I'm going to blend it over. And we're really going to make this eye look stand out. Alright, let's put it on the other inner corner. It is super pretty. I really do like the liquid highlighters. And of course, this is Halsey's line. It's the About Face. I do not remember the shade name, but it's a really light, whitish kind of liquid highlighter. It's super pretty.
Here is my finished eye look. What do you guys think? Did I answer all your questions for you? I'm so sorry I have to do voiceovers in between. I'm still having my kitchen done. It's like a huge priority right now. So if you have any questions for me, put them down in the comments below and I will do my very best to answer them. I've enjoyed doing this video. I do hope that it helped you. You know, grab your coffee, sit back, hang out with me. Maybe I can share some stuff with you that you don't already know, or enforce something that maybe I've been doing all along on this channel, and help you get into a good routine and applying makeup the way that you want and feeling beautiful. Alright guys, thanks so much. I will see you real soon in another video.